And we are live. Hello, you wonderful Tat monkeys out there, and welcome to the Tuesday Tat Chat with myself and Zahir. How are you, mate? What have you been up to?
Hi everybody. Yeah, just enjoying the lovely weather. It's a bit haywire, to be honest. It was very grey, then it was all sunny. I've just been out and about grabbing a few more bits of stock and looking at all the other stock I've got to get sorted. I haven't actually done a great deal today, as much as I would have liked, but did little bits here and there. Got to
Yeah,
work this evening. That's the plan.
we spoke earlier, didn't we? I had a
Yeah.
morning. I kind of just lost the morning, but this afternoon I've just been ploughing through these things, trying to get to the end of it. Bit of,
Yeah, you've got to have I mean we'll say hello and everything, but like I just want to say you've got to have a good working environment. Like I think the problem's been where I normally take my photos and stuff, it's just rammed and it's impossible to move, let alone like the table where I normally take photos was covered, everything was covered. So I'm just trying to sort that out, and then I'll actually be able to do some work. So that's
I've got this whole big room, and it's just there's no work surface. There's just
you need it though, don't you? You really need it to be able to,
it's all
clearly sit down and
the floor's all covered in crap.
yeah,
We've just been
just
buying like
just
the best people. Anyway, let's say a quick few hellos before the chat zooms on. First in today was Twin Red Dragons by the look of it. Oh yeah, he says first. And then we've got Jason Entwistle's in there, Darren. Oh, now the chat jumps. Damn it.
Peter Cummins, Stephen Moore,
There we go.
Chelsea's in there as well. Southwest Sellers, Richard Hale, Slim Pickens, £400 and down. Yeah, we're already up to 70 odd people in now. So
Is
hello. To,
Richard Hale, are you the Richard that I was in McDonald's with? I didn't get his surname. I'm not sure if that's the Richard I met at the weekend. Lisa's in there. Hi, Lisa. Lots and lots of people. Indie Chick says,
Phoebe as well.
evening Tatsters. That's a new one. Tatsters. I can hardly say that. Yeah.
Tats, yeah.
Dick. Graham. Hi, mate. Adam Butterworth says, evening, folks. So yeah, welcome aboard. We haven't really spoken about today. We haven't really got a plan. We were hoping to have a guest, but that didn't pan out. So I need to see if we can sort that out for another week. So yeah, we're going to kind of wing it, really. Just have a chat. I
Yeah.
have one small subject to talk
Oh, go
about.
on. Nice.
Well, let's do that now. Have you had your eBay supplies, your official supplies, where you get the voucher? Has yours turned up? Have you ordered any?
I did. I got some boxes. And I didn't have a lot of choice when I went to the shop. All the envelopes, the polymailers, the tape, there was none of that on there. They had like 5 items, I think. So I must have remembered to do it at the tail end of when everyone had ravaged the store. But yeah, I did order some boxes. I think I ended up having to pay a couple of pounds as well because my £10 voucher didn't cover the costs. But yeah, they arrived. They're actually quite nice. They're quite decent. But although I ruined them with my brown tape, they look horrible. I need to get some clear tape, really.
And were yours actually eBay branded?
Yes, they were. They had lovely new eBay logo on the sides and on everything. They were fantastic.
Well, many people in the chat follow me on Facebook, I think, anyway, so they may have seen the photo. I ordered some basically Jiffy bags, but the whole point of this is it's the eBay official stuff, and they're charging a lot for it anyway. And then what turns up is this. It's just it's just blooming. It's what I've got hundreds of set up on the shelf that I can get like at half the price. So
And just plain, no logos on them at all.
the box full of plain envelopes, and the listing says eBay branded envelopes, and you're like, okay, cool, I'll have a bit of that.
Exactly. You want to put the branding on there to give you that extra professionalism.
A message saying kind of where's my eBay branded stuff. We'll see
Yeah,
what.
I would do that actually. I mean, I know that they come as part of your subscription, but you are paying more. Let's not forget that they upped the monthly cost. So in effect, you are paying for these. They're not free at all.
Oh yeah.
I know they've added a few listings or whatever, but that's just, you know.
eBay bangs on about we have to be accurate in our descriptions, we have to be accurate in our listings. Fair enough, you know. And if I sold a load of envelopes saying they've got this writing on and they're branded, and then sent someone a box full of plain ones, I know I'd get a blooming complaint.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
anyone in the chat, have you had your eBay branded stuff?
Yeah, I did actually see somebody say they received their Jiffy envelopes and they are good quality, they said, but they didn't mention whether they.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to find that now.
Yeah, Richard said my bags turned up today, good quality. Yeah, these are fine, but they're not what I was buying. I mean,
they're
don't
not.
get me wrong, I'm not really that bothered that they don't say eBay, but it's the principle that I'm buying from eBay's official supplier and they're sending me an item that clearly isn't as described. There's something quite right there. Philippa says the poly bags are good quality. Raz says, Nick, if you had a power cut, could you find your door? Well, luckily it's right here, so I don't have far to go. If I was at the other end of the office, I'd struggle to get out with my life, I think. Yeah, Amanda says item not as described case, Nick. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going.
Yeah, like you said, it's not that you're not bothered as such because obviously the envelopes still function, but it's the principle of it when it's drummed into you so much, the standards that you have to keep as a business seller. You know, having to bite your tongue and having to accept sometimes unfair returns, etc. And then, you know, you expect them to be
that's
on top
it.
of the
A lot of people would say just deal with it. Someone just said just scribble eBay. Lisa said just scribble eBay on the bottom corner. The point here is this is eBay's official supplier of stuff, and they're not really doing their job. They've had loads of negative actually already and really bad feedback.
Have they? Oh, brilliant.
Well,
not brilliant, but you know, like that's not good in a way because it shows they're not performing.
Yeah, Darren says open a case. Yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know what happens.
Steve David Barrett has actually put a comment in. I got an email. I got into an email conversation with the company, and they said they ran out of supply and had a load of late delivery, so they sent out ones without the branding in order to reduce the delay. So, well, I mean, that would have been nice if they'd maybe sent a blanket message out to people that had purchased from them to.
Yeah, it seems that.
I mean,
they've underestimated the demand, haven't they? And they're running to catch up with themselves, and they're just making a hash of it. They really are. But anyway, clearly, people, don't get me wrong, it's not the end of the world. I don't really care that much. It's the principle of it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just fun. It's almost funny that would happen. You know.
I've just seen a question come in. This is from Fabian King. Would you? Oh, we've had this discussion before a bit. Would you consider using business cards as part of your boot sale charity shop networking strategy? We talked about this, and Lonnie mentioned it in some of his videos, and he's had some good results from that. And I kind of said, yeah, I think I'm going to go that route, and just didn't do anything about it. So, yes, I've considered it, but not done anything. What about you?
It's actually quite a good topic, and I was watching the Golden Finger Picker and Ronnie Hart and Pete Craigslist Hunter chat, and was it that chat actually? I don't know because I always mention them, but as if it's always them. But I think it was either them or it may have actually been Zach and Darcy. It might have actually been Zach from Urban Diggers talking about how not to be afraid to say that you're a reseller and networking and things. And I definitely think it's something I want to do. But again, like yourself, I've not done it. I actually got a business card off someone at a boot sale this weekend, but I didn't have one of my own or anything. But I'm not sure how much of an impact it makes, but I think it must make some kind of an impact to just be remembered, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, we've all had that time when we've sparked up a conversation and it's led on to something else. I mean, I've had a few good examples recently of that, but I've never really taken it to the next level and advertised myself as a buyer, you know. But
I suppose it comes down to the need. I mean, it doesn't look like you need any more help with buying.
Yeah, that's it. If I was desperate, I'd be perhaps a bit more creative with it, but I'm falling over stuff at the minute.
And I think the other point as well is your strategy. If you're particular about what you want to sell, then it's more important, I think. Like, I suppose part of the reason why we probably haven't bothered, Nick, I'm guessing, is because pretty much we sell most things. I mean, I've got a range of items. I mean, I recently picked up one of those freaky anatomically correct dolls, for a £1.50, and sell things like that. And then I'll sell hi-fi as well, which is what I love. But I will sell anything that makes a profit.
You mean one of those medical ones with all the bits?
I don't. Well, it's got. Yeah, it's a little baby girl, and she's got all her bits, but I don't know if it's like a medical one.
You can take the.
Oh, no! It's just like a anatomically correct doll. It's like a doll that people dress up, I think, and yeah, it's a bit freaky. I'm kind of confused about listing it, but the problem is every time I look at it, it's in a carrier bag, and I always go in there because it's such a mess in there. I go, oh, what's in this bag? And it just freaks me out every time I look in there and see like a baby, and I just fling it because, oh gosh, it's a bit. I'm kind of regretting buying it now.
I thought you meant. Do you remember at school you had those like mannequin size ones where you could put the lungs in and the heart in?
No, that would be way cooler. That would be super cool.
I bet they're really expensive as well.
I bet those are pricey. Yeah, no, this was just like a really good doll. I mean, it's worth some profit, but it's just. But yeah, I suppose if you're a generalist, then it probably isn't as important, I would say. But if you're looking to specialize in a niche of any kind, then I'd say it's probably more important to look at that kind of strategy.
Yeah, Graham says, interestingly, Graham Nichols says he uses business cards all the time. So it's obviously a strategy that pays, and people have used it to their advantage, but currently not something I'm doing. David, going back to the eBay packaging, David Barrett says, had to contact them about it as it took over 2 weeks for mine to arrive. So yeah, they're really making a hash of this. And it's not a good advert for eBay, is it? You'd think they'd have employed a firm that was capable of dealing with demand. You know what I mean? They're really not a good advert for eBay.
Not really, no.
Someone just it jumped again. Yeah, David Morse. This is my point. If any of us did that on eBay, we'd be in trouble. If we sent our stuff out, if we sent out stuff clearly not as described or pictured, we'd get problems. We'd lose.
Yeah, completely. I mean, if you say that it's branded, it's a brand, so you're buying the brand, hence why you're paying more for. Even though we've paid it in voucher form. Imagine if you're one of the, I don't know, if you're a customer that's decided to buy for whatever reason eBay branded envelopes, you're paying way over what other eBay sellers are charging, and then if they just ship you out plain envelopes, which you could have gotten significantly cheaper, then obviously that's terrible. Let's have a look. Yeah, what kind of response in terms of business cards? Fabian asked, but yeah, we covered that. Graham Nichols says some charity shop managers call me, but often they already have someone they call, so I don't get a look in. Richard Howell was the one that said business cards work for me, had some good deals from them. So yeah, it's obviously something there. Raz mentions, do you know eBay started as Echo Bay? I didn't know. I didn't know that.
The company already, Echo Bay Trading, they wanted to call it or something.
I didn't have it.
I did read the story of Pierre Amidia, whatever his name was, who started it. There's a quick question from Jamie in there. In the big job lot of retro games you got, is there any PlayStation 1? There is quite a stack of PS1. I will share all that stuff. It's just taken me time to get the videos made.
Paul Turner says, how realistic is it to make £200 a month from car boots to eBay?
Very.
Yeah.
I know people that do this part-time and make £200 easily in a week.
Yeah.
I know one particular person who will do that in a day and think nothing of it, part-time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's possible. It's all down to the individual. And I keep saying this, it doesn't matter what someone else does, what it's possible for someone else to do. It's all down to your abilities. So you need to just
I believe it's possible to run 100 meters under 10 seconds, but I'm not sure I can do it.
You're currently at about 11, 12, aren't you?
Oh yeah, probably to the power of 10. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I think that I know that's a flippant comment, but it is. I think it's
I can do
important.
100 meters in under 10 seconds if I was just being dropped straight down. That's the only way. Twin Red Dragons, a question there. Let's have a look. I saw on Margaret's show she's doing a Price is Right, UK versus USA. We've got Mrs. M, 2 times winner, and Z, 1-time winner. So no pressure, Nick. Yeah. Margaret, huge congratulations. I'm not sure if she's watching. I think she's preparing a video to go on after us. But she's recently, well, today, got to 10,000 subs, which is absolutely amazing. And all credit to her and the hard work she puts in. So as a kind of celebration, we're doing a USA versus UK version of the show that we created on this channel.
Yeah, I think that would be a good laugh. Yeah, that would be. You're going to actually get to play it this time. And yeah, definitely congratulations to Margaret. She makes such fun content. Really, really fun content to watch.
Who the Americans are going to be, whether she's going to get bona fide involved or.
Yeah, gosh.
That's gonna
yeah, a lot of comments there saying it's very easy to make that kind of money. And Graham Nicholl says you put in the work and you make the cash. Just need to get your eye in, says Peter Cummins. Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look. What else? Here is the Dollar Reborn.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a Behringer or some kind of. It's a brand. I've checked it, and it's got the brand on the back of the neck, and I believe it's a brand that sells. And when they're clothed and new, I think that you get about 40-50 quid for them. I think in the state that mine's in, I reckon 15 to 20, which isn't much, but I paid £1.50, I think. So
Peter
they
says,
are creepy.
Is it one of those dolls that Del Boy had in the back of his van? Did you see that?
Yes, I remember that episode. No, it's not. It's nothing like it, actually.
I love that show.
Oh yeah, that is such a classic.
That's the one where at the end they all blow up.
Coming up, yeah, it just keeps popping up, doesn't it? I mean,
flammable gas in, and they
just
blew up at the end or something.
Absolutely incredible episode that was. Yeah, definitely. That just still, it's just a classic.
Yeah, a lot of people agreeing that £200 a month is a a doable target, certainly, even for a beginner. That's.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's. I don't want to just say, oh, it's just easy, but because you will have to build to it. I mean, it doesn't just happen. I mean, you could, to make £200 profit, you're talking what, maybe £450, £500 turnover if you're good with your costs. So £400-500 turnover is not going to happen, I don't think, in your first week or month on eBay, unless you've got some really great items. I mean, bearing in mind that your store's going to be new or whatever. So it's very doable, but like with anything, it's not. It's hard work. I mean, that's like a £200 profit is a good week's work for a lot of people, isn't it? So doing.
The way, a good thing to bear in mind is everybody you watch on YouTube, everybody that you listen to and giving out advice, they all started somewhere. They were all a beginner, exactly like you are at some point. What I mean? We're just further along along the line of experience and length of time doing this. That's the only difference, really. And we've just learned and we've built up an inventory and we've learned our craft. That's all it is. There's an interesting question from Graham here. Nick and Zahir, do you have a contingency plan if you lost your eBay account tomorrow, apart from getting a new account? See, no, in a word, I don't really deal with the big negative what ifs. I don't know what I'd do. I guess I'd find a way around it and get another account going, I suppose. Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a question that has come up before, or similar questions have been brought up before, and I think it's very easy to get into what ifs. And I always talk about this guy whenever I get a chance. This guy called Jim Rohn. He used to say, like, what if? That's like the language of the poor. He would describe it as, like, what if this happens, or what if that happens? And you can stop yourself doing anything by that. And it's one of those things, like, what if you could get arrested for something you didn't do? What if a bent cop came and nabbed something random like that could happen? It's I just don't think about it. I think that unless you're incredibly unlucky, as long as you follow the rules, you'll be okay. I think you can get unlucky, obviously, and there are stories of people who get unlucky. When you hear of people getting like their accounts closed because of selling items that are called counterfeit or something. I mean, I don't know how true those stories are, but of course you think about it very. I don't even know if I think about it that often, to be honest, but
no, I mean the thoughts cross my mind, but I can't. Being self-employed and having to be focused on the positives, otherwise you get into that negative spiral anyway. I can't dwell on that sort of stuff. So I mean, perhaps I'm naive to not have some sort of thought of what else I would do, but I perhaps naively again, I think I'd come up with something. I'd do it. That's all I've ever done. So yeah,
there's a lot that can. The thing is, if you start thinking, there's so much that can go wrong, isn't there? On eBay, I mean, every single transaction. I mean, I had a neutral. No, sorry, I think I had a negative feedback. My first negative feedback was on a £4 or something. Was it no £4.99 Bluetooth headset? I'd been selling stacks of them that I picked up at a job lot, and they'd been selling comfortably for me for £5 a pop. And over a £4.99 headset, I got negative feedback, and I'm like, what are the chances that could happen? But every time you sell a low value item, you're putting your feedback at risk. You're throwing it on the table for like what, 4 or 5 quid. But if you start worrying about that every transaction, you could really scare yourself. And
yeah,
that's what I'd say.
So I was distracted. I know I'm way behind the chat. Darren says, going back to can you run 100 meters in 10 seconds? You reckon? Bucket Morley's on a street.
You did I saw that. I think that's probably even that. I'd like to think that would work actually, because it just sounds fun. Because I'd love to see a bucket of Morley's. I'm gonna have to stick with KFC. Actually, I've got to give a shout out to Sue's Pile of Shame. Actually, I will mention it in a video as well. But she sent us a lovely little gift relating to keeping my takeaways warm on the long journey home. Because I've got to drive about 25 minutes to my local KFC. It's not very local, is it? So, so I will mention it properly, but I wanted to just say thank you to Sue in case she's watching.
That's cool.
Sue's Pile of Shame.
Question there: when will you have Ben over again? If that's referring to having Ben on the chat, don't know, but yeah, Ben's always welcome. He's been on this channel a couple of times. Yeah, don't know. I have to sort that out. All right, let me catch up on the chat a bit. I'm using natural light at the moment, so I'm slowly fading away. I'll put my light when I disappear. I'll put my lights on.
Sib K has a question at Car Boots. What is your reply when the seller says, "Oh, I bought for X pounds"? I keep wanting to say, "Pull your time machine out." Then, any good responses? I'd say don't respond. Just just judge it and either move on to the next stall or if you can. I don't think smart responses are helpful. I mean, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I don't think I'd get into backwards and forwards about it. I'd just put it down and move on. But, yeah, I've heard it all. We've all heard all of the lines.
Yeah,
40 quid on this, and I've never used it. And you look at it, and why is the box open? Why is it? It's like, yeah, whatever.
It's never been used, and it's got rust on it, and it's brand new. That is, never used it. Yeah, hear that quite often.
Let me see if I turn this on now. Actually, that makes a little bit of difference. Paul Turner, what's this? Is eBay your primary sales platform? I'm looking to switch from Amazon due to fees and mad suspensions. Oh, that sounds tough. Currently, yeah, we're doing more on eBay, but not that long ago, we were doing way more on Amazon. It depends where my focus is. Today, I did another Amazon box. I sent one up yesterday. So yeah, eBay currently is our primary, and it's certainly yours, isn't it, Z?
Yeah, it's always been, always will be. I think, Well,
it certainly suits what you two, your passion and Beck's passion for clothing. It's just eBay is the place.
Exactly. Yeah.
90% of what you sell on Amazon, can you? So
Yeah. Exactly. I wouldn't be. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to. So yeah,
yeah.
that's an easy way of making it the decision.
Peter Cummins, don't argue or over haggle at car boots. Stay polite and just move on if you can't get it at the price you want. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for haggling. That Lego deal. Well, Shans is here earlier. That Lego deal, but see, that was big numbers. I mean, if you're standing there and you want to pay a fiver and they've got it up for a tenner, you can't just keep banging on about that. But
although some people will, won't they?
Yeah,
some people I've seen will just repeat the price they want to pay until they don't actually have a haggling technique. It's like an attrition technique where they'll stand there and repeat the price they want to pay until the seller literally gets fed up and agrees, or tells them to move on.
We do boot sales every now and again just to clear out a load of old stock. And we've had people that will come up and they'll argue on a 50p item or whatever. And if they don't give in and accept that I'm not selling it for less than 50p, I start putting the price up. You know what I mean? They go 20p. Oh, no, it's 50p. 20p. No, okay, it's now £1. Now deal with it. And that soon gets rid of them. Okay. Oh, there's
Margaret is in the chat, yeah.
Yeah, I just saw. We were chatting about we're doing the Price is Right on your channel, or you're doing the Price is Right on your channel. Can't wait for that. Yeah, Richard again. I get fed up with car boot sellers saying on eBay it goes for such and such. I normally say to them, well, you're selling in a field. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you could get that answer, but
I think again it comes down to you judging each particular person that you communicate with, right? I mean, sometimes you can get into those kind of conversations and it will, pay dividends, but if in other situations all you're going to do is create aggravation. So I suppose that comes down to your experience when you're able to judge when you can make a comment like that and make someone rethink their pricing. So
yeah, we had a chat about haggling earlier. It does come down to who you're dealing with, and we all get it wrong. I've underestimated somebody before and really annoyed them, and it's possible. But yeah, as long as you're polite and you're smiling and you're not aggressive, I think you can make lowball offers, and
definitely,
it's fine. You get used to it. It's something that comes with practice, certainly.
I mean, even if you take something as basic as was that program on TV? I'm watching a lot of garbage TV at the moment. It's my thing. I've been watching this show called Hardcore Porn, but like pawn shops. And there's this guy. His name is Les Gold, believe it or not. So that's a fantastic name. But the way he starts, obviously this is like a TV show, so it's not real. But he always asks like, "What do you want for it?" And his next question is, "And what will you take for it?" So even if you distill it down to that, you can, at least get an idea whether someone's willing to be flexible and whether you can actually start haggling with them at all.
Yeah, I mean that's always a good line is what's the best you'd do, and then you start from that point. So yeah, Texas was just saying, I've lost it now. The video we're going to do on Texas channel for the 10,000 sub celebration is May the 4th. Star Wars.
May the 4th. Yeah. May the 4th be with you.
Okay, let's see. What's the biggest loss you've ever made? I don't know. I've had that question lots of times. Not many. Most things, worst case scenario is I'll break even, or I'll sell it back at the car boot sale, or sell it off cheap and get my money back. Not made many big losses.
Yeah, I can't actually think of a time where I don't know. I may have done. I might have even mentioned it. No, I've made a couple of minor ones where I've bought duds at auction. Buying a print which turns out to be a calendar torn off and framed. I remember that. But that didn't. Thankfully, it wasn't an expensive lesson. So
there's that old chestnut coming up. Do you have business insurance, especially for selling electrical items? No, I never have done. If it's something you're worried about, look into it. It's a preference on that one.
Same here, no.
So here, can you tell me where I can get an eye stalk for my talking helmet?
Y- are you talking about like a Doctor Who toy or something else?
I've got one still that I haven't even tested. Where is that?
I believe the company is Character Options, and I went on their website and found their contact me address, and they sent me one out for about £7 or £8 shipped, I think it was.
Cool.
Yeah.
Graham says, I think multiple income streams are important to counter the effects of seasonality or a slow period on a given platform. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, definitely. If you've got 3 or 4 things that are trickling in money, it does level out the bumps, certainly. So yeah. Philip says, hello guys, new to the chat. Can you say hi to Phil, Katie, Oliver, and Phoebe? There you go, just done it. Welcome aboard.
Sue says you're very welcome. Thank you, Sue. Really appreciate it. I will be giving you a proper shout out and show the amazing item that I received, because I want to give it a test run, actually. It's giving me an excuse to go and get some KFC. So,
Like you need an excuse.
yeah, like I know. Oh, there's quite an important question from Fabian. Question: burger sauce or mayo? It has to be burger sauce. But usually I actually get, when I get a burger from a kebab shop, I actually often ask for the hot chili sauce they put on their kebabs. In my burger, I just have hot chili sauce. But if they don't have that option, then burger sauce. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not that fussy. I'll try a bit of anything.
You'll have it, whatever.
Fiona says, hi, have you ever sold FBA vintage toys? I was trying to think. The only thing that springs to mind is I sold an old Rubik's. What's it called? The one with rings on it. Magic rings or something. I
Oh,
did
okay.
one of them on FBA. It took ages to sell, but yeah, haven't sold that many old toys on there. I tend to go with eBay for the more vintage stuff on the whole. I think it's better suited for it. Oh yeah, Tactical Bite says the classic, never been worn on eBay with a photo of them wearing it. I saw one the other day, someone selling brand new, never been worn shoes, and the picture was their feet with them on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. People's ideas of condition are really different, I think.
It's
I
so
mean,
subjective, isn't it, sometimes, isn't it? Yeah.
it is. I mean, they're going to be people that over exaggerate the condition, and then they're going to be people that try to be accurate, and then there's people, I think, that under describe or you know, or so I tend to err on the side of kind of under describing an item, so that when someone receives something, I'd rather it be better than, you know, than them getting disappointed.
Dovey has an interesting point. Just found out I can't use the word Velcro in my listing titles. I've heard Caroline talking about this because it's a restricted brand name, isn't it? You can't use it, apparently. They said, does anybody have an alternative way of saying Velcro? And I'm sure Caroline had a
Hook and loop.
hook and loop fastener. Yeah.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, hook and loop. I believe that's what people use. But yeah, it's very peculiar how some things are, you know, very tightly monitored, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, Indie Chick says, yeah, not allowed to rip off Velcro. Is that like a pun, a little play on words? Oh, this chat has jumped again. Why does it do that? It's so annoying. Wow, I am. Here we go. Right.
Yeah, people are answering hook and loop fastening. Mir Cameron Ali asks question. One of my high value items got damaged in GSP. I paid the buyer to get it repaired. Please advise, can I get this amount recovered from eBay? I wouldn't be sure about that. I'm not sure. I don't think it. I think what would have been the normal way of dealing with that, if it arrived damaged, would have been just for the buyer to have opened a case for the damaged item, and then you would have been able to, when the case was open, you'd then be able to say this was sent via global shipping, and I believe it got damaged during that phase. And then that would have covered you, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I would contact
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
I had a similar one where I sent some mugs to the States, and they claimed that one had turned up smashed, and I said, contact eBay about this because it was sent GSP, and we'll take it from there. They never bothered. They never contacted me about it again, so I assumed they'd sort it out with eBay or something was happening, and then all I ended up with was a negative feedback. They left me negative. Somebody said that I should be able to get that removed, but I haven't done that yet. But yeah, they never got back to me about it. It was really odd. Someone talking about Z polishing his helmet there.
Oh gosh.
Steve Green, hardcore porn, talking helmets. Yeah, we've gone down a level this evening.
Sipk says, yeah, I'm with Z when it comes to not bothering with computer games. Can't be bothered with crazy competitors, especially the behavior of asking for games as soon as the booty opens vultures. I'd like to clarify, it's not that I don't bother with games, but I won't, like, yeah, I suppose you could apply that to anything. I wouldn't do that anyway. You know, I'm never the guy that's poking my head in through someone's window asking for mobile phones or jewelry or video games or Lego or anything. I just don't do that. Being brutally honest with you, I sometimes wish I would do it, because why not? If it gives you an edge, and what's the worst? That most people don't actually care. Most people, I often see this comment about, oh, some people are so pushy at boot sales, right? But I've seen people be pushy at boot sales, like getting in front of all the other buyers. But the sellers often tend to be grateful rather than, you'd expect them to just be overwhelmed or stressed out by it. But a lot of times they're just grateful that as soon as they've turned up, someone's come along and bought like a stack of stuff off of them. So sometimes I actually wish I could do it, but I just don't have it within me. So I wouldn't say I'm not, like, I know I said a few things about video games, like, in my last chat, but I'm not against them. It's just I don't have the necessary personality to get them, I think, in today's market. A few years ago, when they were just hanging around, it was easy. Now it's not the case.
I was just reading a question from Michael. Did I manage to get any of that Lego haul from Hemel Hempstead? I didn't. I contacted the guy. We had a chat about it. By that point, he'd listed it all on eBay anyway. And I was going to bid on a few bits, but then I found out that coincided with finding out I'd got this massive haul of video games. So I invested a big chunk of cash in that, and then buying some Lego didn't seem that important, so I kind of let it go. But yeah, thanks for giving me the heads up about that. Oh, here's one. Do you want to touch on this one briefly, Z? Original recipe or extra crispy at KFC?
I prefer the original recipe. I didn't.
There's a lot of discussion about what is burger sauce. Is it barbecue sauce?
Burger sauce is amazing. No, but it's not barbecue sauce. Burger sauce is its own thing. But yeah, it's kind of like mayo and ketchup, I think. Kind of, but
£400 and down. What happened with your My Hermes return for that £120 item? It was actually £160 Toshiba DVD recorder, and yeah, they lost it. I put a claim in. They gave me the £160 back in full, and they gave me the £12.50 whatever courier cost in full. So yeah, that panned out okay. I did take out the extra insurance on it, and we had a discussion about this recently, didn't we, Zahir, about is it worth it long term on that? And
yeah.
that's where it so was worth paying the extra. But yeah. Oh, eBay message time. Ooh.
Well, I think that's quite interesting because like
Ooh.
oh, what happened there?
Sold some Levi's for 30 quid by the look of it.
Oh, nice.
Or 25 and shipping, I'm not sure. Yeah, happy days.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of I still stick with not bothering with it. I mean, I'm surprised in a way. I didn't think they covered the electrical items though, or was it because it was lost?
It was lost, so I don't think it mattered
Yeah.
what was in it. I think if it was damaged,
then they might pull out.
Oh, hang on, your headset's just gone.
Oh, has it? Okay. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's an interesting one. I mean, if it was damaged, I know they don't cover for damage things like glass and crockery and stuff.
Well, yeah, electricals isn't covered. So assuming it arrived crushed or damaged, then do you think you would be covered after paying that? I don't think you would be.
No, so perhaps that's the situation that it was for once worth extra because they just lost it.
Yeah.
Don't know. It's interesting. But if I didn't have that on, I think they would have only covered up to whatever it is.
20 quid. 20 quid, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 20 quid, I think. Well, no, it might be more if you did you buy from Hermes website or do you go through like my parcel to go?
No, I have a Hermes account.
You go to Hermes website. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Then yeah, it would probably be 50, I think. But if you go through, that's actually interesting. If you buy Hermes postage, but through another provider such as Parcel to Go, then you won't get the same terms. So, for example, there's a couple of differences I've noticed. You only get £20 cover, whereas I think you get £50 on the Hermes website. And
Hermes, I think.
Yeah. The other difference is, say if your parcel's going to Northern Ireland or somewhere like that, or the Highlands or something like that, you won't be able to get a Hermes price on Parcel to Go. They'll automatically show you other providers. They won't show you a Hermes price. Whereas on Hermes website, I've sent stuff to like Northern Ireland and stuff for. Well, I'm not sure Northern Ireland, but I think Northern Ireland for the same cost as regular postage because it's part of the UK.
Yeah. Oh, while I think of it, because I had a few messages on Facebook. Monty apologizes for not putting his video out yesterday on Monday, and they are going to be going on his blog, on our blog, Monty's little motivational videos. So they won't be appearing in the normal YouTube feed, but you will be able to follow those videos on the blog. And he apologizes, just to put it out there. There is one been made. One has been made.
There's a lot of burger sauce talk. Joe says burger sauce tastes gherkiny. That's a pretty good description.
Okay. Oh, hi, Lonnie. Lonnie says he's late. No worries, mate. Oh, it's Joe Pennies is in there, yeah.
Yeah, Joe Pennies, yeah.
What's the question? Do you guys have much success selling on specialist pages, GGG, Polly Pocket Collectors, Facebook, or do you just stick to Amazon and eBay? I'm kind of experimenting with this gaming haul I got. I don't know if you've seen that, Joe. With trying to sell a bit on the gaming groups. Not had any joy yet. I've had some offers, but yeah, a few people have really recommended with some of the higher end games and stuff going on there. I had an offer tonight that I almost accepted and then didn't on some games. Have you done that, Zahir? Have you sold, private sale outside?
No, I don't really. No, I've not done anything on groups as such. I've bought from groups, but I've never sold on groups. I don't know. I've thought about it a couple of times with like a rare Walkman. There's some Walkman forums out there and things like that. But I always end up just convincing myself, well, the bigger market's got to be on eBay, and so I just sell it on eBay. But I mean,
yeah, I've had some success selling to people that watch my videos recently.
Yeah.
I showed in a pickup just one of these little scanners I picked up for £1. Subscriber messaged me and said I'm after one of them, and he bought it for £10. So that sort of thing works, and you're protected through PayPal. If you just get the PayPal email, send them an invoice through PayPal, you have the same level of protection anyway. So that's all good. And
Couple of comments there. Nikki F and Sibk says they like the boneless chicken at KFC. I have to disagree. You've got to go with the bone to get just the taste. Sorry, I know it's I'm talking about chicken a lot. But it's got to be done. I disagree.
I don't know what that means. Peter Cummins, message to say Nick's account is suspended. What does that mean? I don't understand what he's getting at there.
Oh, I'm not seeing.
Chris Gotts is in. Hey Chris, how are you doing? Kevin Rosen said he had 160, I assume that's pounds, in sales before lunch, but nothing since. We've had a quiet day here, actually. Yesterday was really good.
Yeah, same. Great day yesterday. Today's been naffle on eBay.
I just had that sale come in. I'm going to go in and see. I managed to sell yesterday a collection of postcards for 70.
Nice.
Which was actually something I used to collect. They're like Royal Mail postcards of stamps. I used to collect them along with my granddad, but I haven't even looked at them for years, so I just sold them. So it's nice to see that go.
No, I've not sold anything today, which is a bit of a shame.
Dave Weeks, question, my son collects Lilliput Lane churches. Have you ever sold any of these, as they can be pricey? Yes, I remember when I first got into doing eBay, I found a load of Lilliput Lane in a charity shop and bought the lot and sold them on. That was back when, I don't know if they're still as sought after, but back then it seemed you could put stuff on eBay and it would just fly out. I mean, this is 2001 sort of time, but not really seen any since. I see them at boot sales and they're always like bits chipped off and bits missing, so I just leave them.
Anything like that, even the smallest chip can affect value a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure.
No, I don't.
Ben Light says, interestingly, electrics are covered on Hermes, just not TVs. Apparently.
Huh.
Yeah. Question, Nick and Z, do you have your stock insured?
Nope.
I had a discussion with our insurers because I had to let them know when we moved the business back here that we run it from here, but I didn't go down the road of insuring it all. So yeah, but I maybe it's just our insurers, but they wanted to know that we were running the business from home because it could invalidate our house insurance if we, if we made a claim, we suddenly said, oh, by the way, we run a business from here. That could affect a claim. So they know, but I haven't got the stock insured. Question, what's your sleep pattern like with the early starts and staying up, listing, etc.? I'm a night owl. Just ask Margaret about this. I spoke to Margaret. I was watching her video about 2 a.m. last night. Yeah, I stay up late working, but then at the weekends I get up at the crack of dawn, which is tough. So yeah, what's your sleep pattern? Are you kind of normal?
Yeah, I get tired, so I just go to bed. I don't know. I can stay out probably maybe around midnight, maybe, but it depends really. I'm up every morning at like 6:30. So yeah, by 10, 11 at night, I'm pretty tired.
I was just reading Joe's comment. Had a Lilliput Lane bundle, paid a couple of quid and wasn't worth selling, so I donated to charity shop. Could have sent to you. Oh yeah, because Dave's son is collecting. Mia Cameron Ali, question related to my previous question. Hermes did accept my claim for the damage, but previously Hermes once paid me full amount when they lost the item as I bought the insurance. Oh, I think I missed his previous comment there. Oh, it's Haggling where Graham Nichols is. We had a storm come over early and we briefly had snow. And now it's gorgeous blue sky. It's just weird. Can't make its mind up. Sorry, I'm just reading it. Darren saying, "Be honest, Nick. Monty is now too big for us, isn't he? He's gone all Kanye. Yeah, he's got his own blog. He doesn't want to be on my crappy channel anymore. It's not good enough for him." Anne Hamilton, going back to the Lilliput Lane, she says, "I sold Lilliput Lane years ago. Went for good prices. Was able to even sell ones that were slightly damaged." Oh, well, there you go. I don't know what the market's like. I haven't sold any for ages, like 10 years or something.
And Lonnie's impressed with the vinegar suggestion for battery contacts. Do you also use it on video game contacts?
It wasn't actually me that suggested it in your chat, Lonnie, I don't think. It was somebody else. But yeah, it works.
Lonnie's actually going to be on Golden Finger Pickers chat from what I've seen, so that'll be quite cool.
Wow.
This week that'll be cool to keep an eye out for.
John Brealey's in there. He says, "Good evening, tap monkeys and assorted miscreants." Is that right? How I say that? Miscreants. How you doing, John? Not spoke to you for a while. Well, we've only been going 50 minutes. And we didn't really have topics today. We've been super busy, so we didn't really think about it till we went live. So if there are any topics or things you want us to touch on, just drop us a question. Let's see if I can find any now. Oh, Joe's just said, "See you later, chaps. Got to run. Take it easy, Joe."
Let's have a look. A lot of talk about KFC.
Is a quick one. Is there any money in Skylanders? I understand they stopped the game server. I've stopped picking up the figures. There was a while where there was a voracious demand for those little figures, and now you can't really give them away. I think I've still got some listed, or maybe I sold them off cheap. Can't remember. But yeah, I think the bottom's dropped out of that market. Like anything, there's probably a handful of rare ones, I'd imagine, but I don't know enough about it. But yeah, if they've stopped the server for the game, then yeah, game over, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never got into them, you know.
No, it was a cool idea. My nephew played it a lot on the Wii.
It just passed me by completely.
Chris Gotts had a great return on my Warhammer bundle today. Oh, I saw that in the pickups video. That looked epic. £130 back from a £30 spend. Nice. That's the way to do it. So did you just sell the whole lot as is, Chris? I guess you did.
That is a pretty good return, isn't it?
Steve Green, "I'm getting a KFC budget," he says. "Diet lasted a day." Enjoy the chip. What have you started with this KFC stuff?
I don't know. Everyone loves KFC, I'm guessing. Yes.
I've not had KFC since the 90s, I don't think.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm just craving it more now because it's not near me. All throughout life, I've had fatty fast food outlets in stone's throw distances. This is the first time in my life I have to drive to them, and I'm missing them.
Yeah,
that's it.
I suppose that's the bonus of being down near London. You've got everything on your doorstep, haven't you?
Yeah.
But it takes you half an hour to drive there because the traffic.
Yeah, it makes it better. Anyway, there's no. Yeah, it was walking distance down south. I feel I've got to drive. But yeah, £400 in downstairs. I made £120 from a board game I bought for £3. Can you guess what game it was? Was it Hero Quest? That's all I can find. That's the first one I can think of. The
go-to board game that makes good money.
Yeah.
There are plenty of others, but they're a bit more obscure.
Yeah.
£400 and down again. I'm a zombie the day after a boot sale. Yeah, I get home and I'm kind of on a high from all the pickups, and then I just hit a crash and I just go to sleep.
Yeah, as soon as you sit down for a moment,
yeah,
it just happens.
Oh yeah, there's that £120 from a board game. Did they say what it was? Let us know what it was. Oh, KFC delivers. There you go. Get it delivered to you.
No, nothing. No one delivers here. No one delivers. I've checked Pizza Hut, Domino's. Yeah, none of them.
What's that? Subbers Collectibles UK bought a Victorian vibrator. Seriously, that's their words. Paid £20, sold it for 90. Result: wore,
Bloody hell.
wore rubber gloves all the time.
Not surprised.
I'm surprised that they had those in Victorian times. They didn't have like battery power, did they?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
A wind up.
it must have been pretty crude. Some kind of a mechanism.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
Just crank
Yeah.
it up.
Oh gosh.
Excellent. There's a market for anything. There really is.
There is.
Oh, Nigel said,
Etic85 says he sold an electronic chess set for 370 quid from £7 from British Art Foundation. That's pretty amazing.
wow, that's awesome. I was just going to read. Nigel says Skylander servers are still running. I thought it was Disney toy collecting video game they shut down. Okay, I don't know. You have to Google it. Oh, this blooming chat keeps jumping. As soon as I read a comment, it just jumps. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, we're nearly at the hour anyway.
Subbers Collectibles added a bit more info there. There is a film about it called Hysteria. It was considered a medical treatment. So like a vintage bit of medical equipment in effect.
Medical? You can get that on the NHS, can you?
I don't know.
Doctor, can you sort me out? Okay. So what are your plans for the week? So here, what are your aims?
Well, aims have to be to get focused and get through. Just organize my workspace. It's gotten a bit crazy now. It takes up too much. I just need to re-sort everything out and just get backlisting. I have been doing it, but it's a much slowed down rate. I'm not being as productive. So if I am taking photos, it's taking me 10 times as long because it's just a mess, really. There's no other way to explain it. So yeah, I'm going to be aiming to sort out my stock and get backlisting, really. So
yeah, I need to spend a good couple of hours sorting this place out.
yeah, I mean the thing is, you do it, and it doesn't stay like that for very long. And if you get a bunch of stuff in, it just especially with the boot sales every weekend now. You're coming back with bags and bags, and then sometimes you leave stuff in the bags, and
Yeah, I'm envious of Hixie because he is like uber organized. He buys massive hauls, and within hours they're all neatly stacked everywhere. And he sends me photos of the stuff, and it's like it would take me weeks to get that organized. I have shelves everywhere, but I have the floor. It's just full of crap.
There's only so much space on the shelves, isn't there?
It's just a mess in here. It really is. Which is why I did FBA yesterday and today to just get a load of stuff. It's about 30 kilos is leaving the house, which is fantastic. But it feels like a drop in the ocean. Too much crap here. I just read someone's had a really good pickup. Philip Faulkner says he picked up 150 retro cups, 1980s and 1990s, all with an average of 10 to 50 pounds selling price, I assume. Says Big Boss Man WF Wrestling, very rare, got 2 of them for £7. Who's that? Big Boss Man? Is that an old wrestling character?
Retro cups, okay.
So yeah, that sounds cool. So you've got 150 cups at an average of £10, and then a £49 Big Boss Man. All right, okay, that makes sense. Still, at £10 a cup, that's £1.5 grand.
Not bad.
Nice. Sue's Piles of Shame. Hi, Sue. Has anyone watched Nicole State? I actually haven't. I've heard about her. I've heard her mentioned a lot.
Yeah, I've watched. So yeah, I mean, I think Beck's been following her on Instagram, I think, as well. And yeah, she does do really well. So, yeah, Sue says, yeah, she's only been doing this for a couple of years, and she's really burst on to, she's just nailed eBay, as it were. So yeah, it does a lot in sales. I think she even had eBay around her house to film like a commercial or something, with her in it, I guess, to promote what you can achieve or something. I don't know. I never saw it, but I seem to remember something about it.
Yeah, I must admit, apart from Margaret, I'm not really keeping up with the American resellers. There's so many videos being put out just in the UK now. Back when we started, there was like 3 or 4 of us doing it, so we could watch everyone's reselling videos. And now there's so many in America, even more than there used to be, and so many in the UK. It's just hard to keep up. So yeah, apart from Margaret, I've not been following a lot of the American videos, unfortunately. Just comes down to a matter of time, really.
Yeah.
Talking of text, she's just gone live, so I think we'll wrap up now and let you guys go and watch Margaret.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. 144 people in the chat, so pretty amazing.
Wow, that many people have stuck around. If you enjoy what we do, please give us a thumbs up. Really appreciate that. Go and check out the blog. There will be another Monty post going up there in the next hour or so of his motivational little chat. He's here somewhere. I don't know if you can see him. Oh, he's asleep down there.
Oh.
Thanks for here. I will speak to you soon, no doubt. And thanks for watching, everyone. Hope we got to a few questions.
Yep.
We'll see you soon. We'll see you again on Sunday for myself and Andrea, probably with another haul, knowing us.
Yeah, more than likely.
Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.
See you.